Hello. Today I hope to inspire you through a different approach how you can build a bond with the people that are buying your art. How can you actually get to the people in a way that is perhaps more secure, in a way that many other methods in which we are selling your art. This method is using a completely different approach. I have used this method. It is a very successful method, and for many artists it will be the right method. I for myself am using a little bit different method. It is all more client oriented, finding out what clients are needing, wanted, how can I complete them with my values, my artistic vision, and in this way I'm building a long-lasting bond. But this approach is really, when you can do it this way, it's absolutely a luxury. And most of the artists are living in a surrounding, in a market that is really sometimes crowded, like the social media. You have developed some art and you are going with your art on social media, and you are discovering that so many other artists are actually doing kind of almost the same kind of art or something that is similar, and it is really hard in such a position to sell your art and to get the necessary attention. So this method will work for you when you are willing actually to draw more attention to you, and you are willing actually to use some methods that will get you the attention, and then you are actually talking more about yourself and your art, the values that are perhaps also a little bit provoking, and you are using this as a leverage to get the attention, get the audience to get to know you, and then you are building a bond, and with this bond comes the possibility to actually sell your art. It is more about what you have to offer and the willingness to also break some, break some eggs to make an omelette. It is a method that really worked well for, and is still working for many successful artists. And sometimes perhaps you are wondering why artists that are provoking so much are making such good money in the artistic world. It is possible because they get rid of the myth that actually as an artist you have to be, how to put it in words, a salesperson that is always on the side of the client, and all he wants is to do some good for the client. It is a method that is a little bit more punk when it comes down to selling art. And I have made a small graphic to show it to you. I hope you can see this. It is following 3 steps. The first step is the persuasion, the second phase is the proof, and the third step is actually the bound, and it's going through some smaller steps that are leading to a position where actually you are not only selling to your client, but staying in contact, and you are having this client over a longer time, and you are developing a kind of care about this person because there is a bond. And the first step is the one that we are most likely always seeing in the media. It's the provocation. Provocation is perhaps a bad word, but nevertheless, in this overcrowded scenario that today is the most of the art markets, or the possibilities to show your art, it is really hard to get their attention. And the best way to get their attention very often is to provoke. You can do it in a positive way, negative way. There are some topics, there are some values that are really where people in the worst possible scenario really fighting over it. And when your art has such content, has such value that can be a provocation, it is the easiest way to get their attention. And why is it the best way to get the attention? Because actually this provocation and the confrontation is a self-perpetuating crowd builder. So it is possible to build up your audience through something that is drawing the attention. It just has to draw the attention of two people that have perhaps a different point of view about the values that are in your art, and you are just starting this conversation or this confrontation about those values, about this content, perhaps about your artistic vision that is a little bit provocative. And in this way you can really easily build up very fast a crowd that is talking about those values that they see manifested in your art. And this is making it very easy to proclaim the values of your art, to get more information about you and your art out there. And this is using as something that is all to our that we all humans are having. When something is in a way provoking emotion in us, positive or negative, strong emotions, and we are beginning a conversation about this with other people, fighting or standing on the same side, we want to have as much information about this as it is possible. Right now, when I'm taking when I'm recording the video, there's actually a lot of going on about in the political world, and there's so much controversy right now. And what is really interesting, that the boring topic 2 years ago, it was absolutely boring to talk about politics. So many people are becoming experts about the people, what they think, what they like, dislike, and I'm wondering what genius it is that people that were 2 years ago absolute boring about a boring topic are now having so much information, knowledge, and so on out there about themselves. And this is a method that is always working, because when we are getting emotionally involved, we are seeing the positive emotion in this, and we are becoming fans of this topic, or we are seeing the danger of something, and that's why we want to get as much information as possible. And in this stage, all you have to done until now is provoking something, feeding this provocation, triggering more and more people to get their attention, and spreading the information or the values or whatever it is about your art. And you have a growing audience, and this is leading you actually to the second stage, because in the second stage it's about proving that you are how to put it in words, a vital part of this conversation. You are a vital part of this topic, you are a vital part of this value, and you are a very important contributor. What you are offering is an important part, so you are included in an ever-growing audience that is seeing you as a kind of key person in a way. And all you have to do is, because you are producing your artwork and the values you are proclaiming, it's not something that you are just it's not fake. I mean, you are standing behind those values that started on this controversy, that was the provocation in the beginning, and you are securing your position as something who is vital to this topic, that the people are talking so much about it, and you are completing this topic, those values, this artistic vision in a way through your art. And in this way you are in a very good position right now, because you have all this attention and you have proven that you are an important part of this attention, that what you have to offer is important, and it's getting more and more important to people who now in the third phase can develop a bond with you, because people are feeling so emotionally strong about this topic. They want to participate, they want to have a part of it, being a part of it. And the fastest way to being a part of it is to get some of your values. This can be in a way what you are saying and how you see the things, and they can become a kind of fan of you. But also one of the easiest way is to actually perhaps buy a piece of your art, because now they have the feeling of being in this movement, and being part of this movement is giving them some a feeling of fulfillment, because they care so much about this, they feel emotional about this, and now they can have be a part of it and buy a part of it. It is really simplified a process that we all know, because we in a way are buying some kind of perhaps car, some kind of clothing, some kind of electronic gadgets, because we want to be a part of some movement, of something that is important in our life, or is giving our life importance. It is giving our life value. And the easiest way to actually feel smart is to buy as something that is making you look smart. This is the way we humans are built. And in this way, we are able to develop this bond, and we want to have confirmed what we are getting involved into. And all you have to do then as an artist is to give this kind of confirmation, is to the possible art buyer, or even if he is just a fan now and then will become someone who is buying your art, or even just your artistic skills, your creativity, whatever you are offering, you are confirming that this person has made the right decision to decide for one side, to proclaim his own beliefs, and that he's caring about this. And it is also the possibility with this confirmation to build a long-lasting bound with this kind of audience that is becoming not only a fan but an art buyer, because then you are together on a journey together to reach for certain goals. And since you have positioned yourself in the second phase as an important contributor, as an authority about this topic, about this value, about this artistic vision, or whatever it is then a bond, because you are together not only for a short time, emotional time, you are becoming something that is an important part of this longer journey. And in this way you are able to contribute even more and more often with your artistic skills, or with the artworks that you are offering. It is a little bit of an approach that is always reminding me of a revolution that is then leading into a longer process of changing the world in a way. So this is also what I like about this concept. It is really giving the people their need that they are having of not only buying a piece of art, but buying the whole world surrounding the artist, his values, his artworks, and so on. And together it is a journey then that they are having for a longer time, until the interests are changing, or the artist is perhaps losing the interest in, or the artist is not anymore the authority about certain things that started all this journey with the provocation and so on, and others came into the game. But nevertheless, it is a great approach, especially when you really want to move people with your art, when you are willing, you are feeling also so strong about your values and about your artistic vision, that you are ready to provoke people to get the whole thing started. And it is a great position for artists who are more extroverted, who are actually not want to be in the position when you have to listen a lot to your audience, but you are actually the person that stands in the middle and that is deciding which direction it is going. And you are also someone who is willing to break the eggs to make the omelette, and even wants to use this controversial time that we are living right now to proclaim what you have to say and what you have to deliver in your art. So think about this possibility. As I was saying, it is a possibility that is really working very well, because it is getting a lot of attention very fast. The point that is perhaps not easy is the beginning, to find the right provocation that will get on both sides people actually that will self-perpetuate something that is drawing more and more attention to it. But actually, when you are looking up on the social media, you see all the topics where people are getting together to exchange their opposite beliefs in things, and this can be perhaps a beginning, and perhaps one of your values is actually something that will make a strong point to start this provocation, to start this conversation, and to get their attention. I hope you found this inspirational, and I hope you like this idea to try out different methods for proclaiming your art and getting the profit that your art is actually worth. I also hope to see you in my next video. Until then, see you soon. Bye bye.